Good morning, Stampers, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. My sinuses are still just blooming with joy. I don't know why, because there's not a whole lot in bloom right now here in Arizona. But here's a little tidbit. Saturday, it's supposed to be 114. Today, the high is only going to be 107. And Saturday, we're celebrating my lovely husband's birthday. It will be a pool party, which we usually do on the weekends with my sister and brother-in-law and another group of friends. And we also play martini pong. It's in the pool, and instead of drinking beer, which I can't stand, we're probably going to be drinking martinis. But you only take a little sip when somebody gets you don't have to chug the whole cup. So, and besides that, the cups are filled with pool water, but at least it keeps us cool. Okay, there's tons of stuff for me to tell you today. Number one, if you decide that you like what you see on the card that I make today, I will be listing all the products that are used. This Facebook Live will also be posted on YouTube and also on my blog, and every place you will see the products will be listed below. All right. If you decide to order from me and it's under $150, please use this host code. You will be able to also see this host code on the right-hand side of my blog. This changes every month. If you spend $150 or over, do not use this host code. Stampin' Up will give you all kinds of little rewards. So, and this, I will also post this wherever you might see this. Now, another thing that's going on with Stampin' Up. Oh, I am Teppy Schwartzel, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Sorry about that. And if I sniffle, I really apologize. This is the brand new annual catalog. It's the 2020-2021 catalog. It is now live. You can purchase it if you are a regular customer. If you are a demonstrator, which is something you might want to consider, and to become a demonstrator, it's $99, and you get basically $125 worth of product that you get to pick out. It's not a set kit that we send to you. You will also get a 1 month of the Paper Pumpkin subscription. You will get $50 worth of business supplies, and free shipping, which is awesome. And then after you decide you want to become a demonstrator or a discount shopper, you do not have to do what I'm doing. You will get 20% off of your future purchases. Okay, now one of the special things that's going on right now is bonus days. Let me pull this up so that I know what I'm talking about. Okay, for bonus days, for every $50 that you purchase from me, you will get a $5 coupon. Now this is there's a date. Okay, it started July 1 and it goes through August 3rd. Okay, for every $50 you spend, you will get a $5 coupon that can be used after August the 3rd. It can be used in August. Okay. So, if you've got $15 or $5 more to get to a $50 amount or a $100 amount or a $150 amount, I would suggest doing that. Now, it will require an email address because they will email you the coupon codes, and you have to keep that in a safe place so that you can use that in August. So that's bonus days. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Now, I apologize, but I'm using the Peony Suite again. I am in love with this, and I have already found so many ways to use it, and I don't even think I've scratched the surface yet. But this is the Peony Suite. Oh, and then I need to make sure that this is being recorded correctly. And let's see where it might be. I just want to make sure I'm not sideways. Oh, I'm so sorry for this. And there we are. And let me mute that to use it. Okay. And this is the Peony Garden Suite. It comes with this DSP. I haven't even used the DSP yet. But the colors in it are Petal Pink, Granite Gray, and Basic Gray. If you're going to be using the Suite products, the Suite DSP. And I'm trying to get this open. Not being able to breathe really affects everything that you do. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, we're almost there. Trying not to damage the paper. Okay, so here are the papers from the Peony Suite. And they are double-sided. So you've got, oh, these designs are just gorgeous. The paper's upside down, but you can tell that. There's a little chevron. It's kind of hard to see. And this is just kind of got a mottled look. Oh, look at that. I mean, like I said, I haven't even looked at these yet. And the catalog doesn't do it justice at all. Okay. Oh my God. These are gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. As usual. Oh, look at that. Oh. As usual, Stampin' Up! Has outdone themselves. The other thing that comes with the Peony Suite is this absolutely gorgeous stamp set. Plus, it's got basically, I think it had 17 dies. Yeah, 17 dies. Here are the stamps, which you can see on the front. They're just stunning. And then there's basically 2 sets of dies. Or I've got it on 2 sheets, okay? And if you look at my previous, I did a uncomplicating of the peony dies, and I'll also be using that again today. But these will cut out the rubber stamps. I'm sorry, the images that you use when you use the rubber stamps, and these will give you a 3D effect. So absolutely stunning. And this suite, believe it or not, it also comes with this gorgeous, I guess that's the gray granite ribbon, and these elegant faceted gems, which you can see I've already used. And this is one of my favorite 3D embossing folders. It's called Dainty Diamonds. And this comes out just stunning. I've used this already on a previous card that you can watch on YouTube or Facebook or wherever, or on my blog. Okay, so, and what we're gonna, the rubber stamp we're gonna use out of here today is the Love and Thanks to a Dear Friend. And I've also used this die, this one, this one, this one, and then I've got these small, there's four pieces to the peony, and I've kept the one piece over to the side because I know a lot of you are brand new, and you probably haven't seen how a die machine is used yet. So I'm just going to cut out the one piece. Everything else I've done has already been cut out. Okay. Again, I'm so sorry for my sniffling. Now, one of the things that I discovered while I was making another card, let me put this away, is that when I used the die, because I had to shade the peony portion here, here's what they, when they're cut out, they look like this. Okay, and then I'll show you how to put it together. But when I was shading it, and this is, I did it at 8.5 by 11. I did the entire sheet, and you should probably have a piece of scrap paper underneath it. Helps to not get everything else dirty. So, and this is Balmy Blue. That's one of the colors I'm going to be using today. And I'm using one of my makeup brushes. I had to shade this. Okay, this is not how I would shade it, but I had to shade it. So I'm just going along and I'm doing my shading and just lightly going and turning it and going along and reloading it. And look at the design. I absolutely love this. And that's going to be part of my background paper today. Like I said, I haven't even gotten to the designer series paper for the suite yet. And I used the 2 largest dies to look at that. I'm in love with this. So just think outside the box when you're working on stuff. You know, you can really stretch your products by doing different things with them. You know, you'd be surprised what you can do, what you can make, and how beautiful things come out. Just stop and look at stuff when you're done. I mean, is there anything you can do with it? Probably. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show you how I die cut one actual piece of Whisper White, and then I will show you how to put everything together. Like I said, this I've already cut down, and I've taken a piece out of it. But what I do is I usually do a whole sheet, and then I can cut it down to whatever size I want to use. Okay, and so we'll just bring over my Big Shot. Now, one of the things that you may or may not know is that Stampin' Up! Has come out with a new die machine, but it won't, I don't think it comes out until September. Yes, my plates are well used. Now, all you do to die cut, I think this is the smallest piece. You just put that in your machine. All right, first you're going to have your mounting plates, and then you're going to have a die cutting plate, and then you'll have another die cutting plate on top of it. Put your die on top of your paper. This is 6 inches wide, so you can't have a piece of paper that's wider than 6 inches. And then I am just going to rack it on through, and I always bring it back because I usually don't have enough space to keep going forward. And then there is your die cut. Okay, so we're all done with that. Let me put that away. All right, sorry. So what I'm using today is, and I should put this away or else I will lose it. Yes, these are on magnetic sheets, and I can give you the information on that when I post it on YouTube. Okay, I'm not going to use that. Get that out of the way. Okay, so today I am using Balmy Blue, and that's going to be my card base. And let me make sure that one of the little things that I found is that sometimes when you're cutting your paper, you'll get this little ridge on one side. You also sometimes will have a bent corner. One of the things I found is I take my bone folder and I go over it, and it almost makes it like it's brand new, like it was never there. Look at that. And like I said, like here, there's a little ridge. I just go along with my bone folder that gets rid of it right away. It's just discovered that one. Okay, so Balmy Blue, and the Balmy Blue is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And we'll take our bone folder. I always look to see which is the nicest side and put the uglier side on the inside. Well, that doesn't look good. All right, well, we'll have to turn that around. And take your bone folder. Oh, I am so sorry for my sniffling. And get that really good. And again, you always have a good side and a bad side. Always pick the nicest side. Okay, then I have got a piece of, I have 2 pieces of Whisper White, and one is for the inside, one is for the outside, and they are both 5 1/4 by 4, okay? This is going to be for the outside, and it is going to be the first layer on our card base. But first, we're going to show you what's going on here with the flower. Let me get my scrap paper again, because I'll show you how this is all done. All right, yep, all right. So this is missing a piece. I wanted to put it all together, and then I'm going to take it apart, and believe it or not, this will be your flower. Okay, now one of the things you'll see is this cuts, but it doesn't cut all the way to the edge on all of these pieces. Okay, like that. All right, so what I do is I just take my fingers and I do this first before I do the shading. Okay, I think it just gives it a little bit different look, and I do it on all these pieces. I do it on this piece that's underneath here. Okay, now on the bigger one, I don't do it down here. That's just way too thin, and you're going to end up damaging that down there. But go ahead and do that. Like I said, I just use my thumb. You can use your bone folder. Okay, this is the smallest piece. All right, now what I'm doing, I'm showing you what I'm doing with regard to getting those. Getting it into a 3D shape. Okay, now what I do is I'm using Balmy Blue ink, and I am taking my makeup brush. These are really nice, and they really wash out beautifully, and I'm just lightly going over it, and you'll see how fast it colors up. Now remember, most of these are going to be back behind. This is the only piece that, you know, that this part is going to be showing. The rest of them are going to be back behind everything. I also pick it up and try and get some definition on the, make it darker on the edges. Yeah, who would have thought a blue peony? But peonies come in a lot of different colors, and sometimes I'm sort of a, how do I say this? A realist. I like things in reality. Well, I thought, you know what? I don't think there's a blue peony, but I'm going to make it, because I haven't really used Balmy Blue, and everybody else uses it, and I'm like, I don't know why I haven't used it, because I love it. And I'm just going to come back in and get some more color on those edges, because I really want those to stand out. I'm just going to put some down at the bottom, just in case it shows through. Oh, I am so sorry. And losing my voice on top of it, so I'm trying really hard not to sniffle. And you can do this as dark as you want, or as light as you want. I just sort of wanted a ethereal, don't know how to say that. All right, so you've got your large, your second, your third largest, and your smallest. Now I'm going to close this up before I stick my fingers into it. So now we're going to take our liquid glue, Yeah. And this, the smallest will fit into this next largest one. And as you'll notice, okay, and sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to get in there. You notice, and these will kind of get stuck on each other, so you kind of have to pull that forward so that it doesn't go up into that hole there, or slit. If you'll see, notice, the bottoms of these will all match up. So it makes it so easy to make these look great. All right. This is Whisper White, and there's a dog hair. All right. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. That was probably way too much. Make sure they line up. Hold that for just a couple seconds. This glue sets up really fast. I mean, it does allow you to move it around if it's not lined up properly. All right, so then I'm going to slip these two pieces into the second largest piece. And again, it keeps getting stuck back there, but that's easy enough to work around for other people, probably not for me. Okay, there we go. And again, you line these up in the back, and this is what's coming to life here. And we're just going to put glue right there. And again, line it up. Hold it for a couple seconds. Yeah, had to move it a little bit. Okay, and then slide it into your largest die cut. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, this one I'm going to turn over and glue it on the largest die, because this die is very narrow and I don't want to over glue and end up having that show up on the front. All right, I'm almost there. Sorry, a little retarded today. You know, when you can't breathe, you can't think that well. Of course, that's my excuse. All right, there you go. I'm just gonna press that down, trying to keep the glue that's on my fingers off of there. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh my God. And then I was really going back and forth between gold, I think it's a goldenrod, and black. And the black just really sets everything off. Now let me figure out where I want that to go. There or there. No, I think back in the back, and not just yep, that's it. That's it. Okay. Just a teeny bit of glue is all you need. All right. And I couldn't even tell you what layer that is, but there you go. Just press that down for a second. And if you feel your flower needs more, some more color, then go right ahead and do it. I mean, you can still do it now if you want. I'd like to try and get that on that edge there, and maybe get some on here. And I'm gonna have to open up my ink again. Oh. And start off light-handed with this, because you can always add more ink. You can't take it away. So always remember that. You cannot take it away, but you can always add more. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm so proud. I think this is absolutely the most gorgeous set that Stampin' Up's come out with. And I am praying that I can move on to another set to show you what else we have, but I just love this. Okay, so now we're going to close up that ink pad again. All right, don't need that anymore. Okay, now what I did is, where did my paper, okay. This is cut out from that big piece that we had over there, and this is 5 inches by 3 1/4. So we're going to attach that to this Whisper White piece. And this Whisper White piece was, again, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay, we're just going to use our regular glue, liquid glue. And one of the things I should have done. Okay, now I'm just going to attach this. I always like to hold it up to see, make sure it's straight. I guess going over a piece isn't good for me. There we go. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm also going to use Winkostella on the petals. And now be careful with Winkostella. You know, it says here to push on the this is going to give the petals some shine, because this can come out in gushes. So you have to be real careful if you squeeze it. I would always have a piece of scrap paper around. There you go. See what that does? Okay. Now what I do is I work from that, and I'm just going to come back in and give my flower some shine. You can always put that little puddle there and then work from that little puddle. And you can always squeeze more out if you run out. So I'm just going to come up and put some on the tips here. I'm even going to put some on the black, just a little bit. Okay, all right, that's enough Winkostella. Maybe I should put just a teeny bit more over here. Again, you don't have to use Winkostella. I like glitter. Okay, the other thing I'm using is, this was also in the Peony, these square vellum doils. Okay, and we are going to, now remember vellum, if you try to, oh, it looks like that has to be poked out. Okay, yes it does. And there's a, so check on your little vellum pieces. It looks like the die didn't go all the way through, and it's easy enough to punch out. Vellum, when you put adhesive on it, it will show through. So when you're attaching vellum, you really have to put something over it where you're going to have your adhesive. And if you hold it up to the light, that will help you find where there are places that should be poked out. Okay, I am probably going to put this on, I'm probably going to put this panel on my card base right now. Sometimes you have to figure out what's best, is to put your layers on first and then put your embellishments on, or how you want to handle it. I want to be able to get the vellum piece in a decent place on here. And I always try to get 3 sides down first on one end, and it will take you over to the other end, and it will be pretty straight. You might have to do some adjustment to it, but usually not a whole lot. That's just something I really like to do. All right, so there's our card base with the layers. Now, I'm also going to be using, I believe this is from the new mini catalog, the August to December mini catalog, which has a lot of our holidays in there. And this ribbon is called Snowflake Splendor. It is part of a bundle, and unfortunately, unless you're a demonstrator, you can't get a hold of this yet, but you will be able to, as a regular shopper, be able to get a hold of this August the 3rd. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to put this in the center. I kind of like it like that. And put my flower, and I want the ribbon to go behind the flower. So first I'm going to, what do I want to use? Let's use glue dots. And my take your pick tool, wherever that might be. I know you're there. Don't hide on me. Come on. Oh, because it's right here. All right, so I think I'm going to put, and these mini glue dots, they stick really well. They're really great with fabric too. I'm going to put one right around the center. And let's see how big our flower is. Our flower covers pretty much. Okay, so I can probably go back and put some glue on these two sides, all right, where there's a big enough area for the glue dot to sit as my fingernail is stuck to it. All right, and there we go. All right. And now we're going to put this on the diagonal. I just really like that. Is that going to cover that? Yeah, looks like it will. Okay. Like I said, now try to center it as best you can and straight. Does that look straight? It does to me. All right, now I'm gonna, I wanna put this ribbon behind here, but I wanna do it just in a very simple fold over. Isn't that gorgeous? That iridescence, and it's got some of this balmy blue in it, it looks like. So, how big is that? I think that's big enough. All right. So, whoops. Just cut the ends on an angle and get another glue dot. So, to make these two meet up and stick together, and there we go. This is kind of a like I said, very cloud-like. Yes. All right. I want more down here. I want to see more of the ribbon down below there. Okay, so we're going to leave that there, and we're going to get another glue dot, or several glue dots. All right, I think I'm just going to put one more on just for safekeeping. that's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to be using the dimensionals. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, let's put one down here, one over here. I'm going to put two up here. And I now have Winkostella all over me. All right. And get the paper backing off of the dimensionals. Boy, I got to tell you, I mean, I've been doing card making for a long time. And when I used to make cards, you couldn't get this paper backing off of those dimensionals to save your soul. And it wasn't from Stampin' Up. I was not doing Stampin' Up at the time. Okay. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, should I put the sentiment on the outside, or should I let the front of the card speak for itself? I think I'm going to let the card speak for itself, but I'm also going to put some of these elegant faceted gems on the front. If I can find out where to open it. And now, do you think white or the clear? I'm always kind of a clear girl, but let's go for the white today. I think that'll be really pretty. Ooh. And I always put these on in odd numbers. Odd numbers are just more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And we'll put one over there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, let's do the inside. All right, now I'm going to use, where's my other? This is, again, this is the inside card base, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. And we are going to use the Balmy Blue ink. And then what we're going to do is, like I said, I've got Winkostella all over me now. I always, with these stamps, I stamp it off on a piece of paper first to make sure that it is straight and that I am lined up, so it needs to go up a little bit on the right-hand side. Let's try that again. Just a tad. Yep, that's it. Okay. All right. And I've got to get this down closer to me. Sorry. And I always like to try and line it up. There you go. Down a little bit. Oh, isn't that pretty? Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so do we want to put a flower on the inside? Of course we do. You can't do this without putting a flower on the inside. And I'm just going to slap this on the back here. And we're going to use our Balmy Blue again. And just put that down at the bottom. And now that I've stuck my finger into the ink on the other stamp, isn't that pretty? I just love cards that are like kind of monochromatic, I guess is what you call it. It's just such a soft, feminine look. Okay. Now we're just going to put that on the inside. Oops. Line it up. A little glue down there. There you go. Oh, isn't that pretty? I hope you enjoyed that. I promise. I said I'm going to do my best not to do another peony card. I'm going to try and use one of the other new sets so that you can see what else is out there. But I am just in love with this set. It is a great deal for what you get in the suite. Okay, just one last time, remember, this is the host code to use for this month. If you have any questions, please contact me. If you need a catalog, please let me know. I'll send one out to you. And if you need help, please just make sure to get in contact with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a safe week, what's left of it, and a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.